All right, so I've got a surgery date. I have a surgery date, which is amazing. I had my my consult with the surgeon, and he had a look at all my scans and everything, and he's really happy with it. Man, it was so weird talking to the guy because it was like maybe 25-minute appointment where he's telling me everything and he's talking to me, and because it was also the first time I'd met up with him. He did the first surgery. First time I'd met up with him since like properly recovering from the first one, getting all of the metal out of my mouth and make the gap tooth going away and everything. And so he's asking me about my recovery, and he's asking me about like, you know, what I want and how everything's been, and explaining the process. But the whole time he's making like such unnerving eye contact with me, and it was really freaking me out. I'm talking to this guy, and mind you, at this point I've been hallucinating for a week, and now this guy's staring into my soul. I'm like, I think this guy's going to try and take my brain while I'm under. And he's just like staring into my soul, and then halfway through the conversation, he just starts telling me everything that's wrong with my face and my skull and how it operates. So he wasn't actually looking at me. That was why it felt weird. He wasn't looking at me in the eyes. He was looking at me in the teeth, just like looking. He goes, when you speak, I can see too much of your gum. So what I can actually do is we're actually going to move it all up as well. So we'll just see like a nice, wide, straight smile of yours, instead of like, you have some really nice teeth, but we can see a lot of gum, so it makes your teeth look really long. And he was saying all this other shit, and that's what he was doing the whole time talking to me. He was analyzing, and he's like, and you know, when I talk to you, your chin is like, it's actually slanted. It's on a bit of an angle there. It's really slight, but I can see it. And that's why you do this and do that. And I was like, oh my God, this guy's like that's why I felt so unnerved talking to him, because he was literally imagining how he was going to chop me up. So I went in, and he looked at all my scans, but there were 2D scans that the ortho did. And he also had a look at the after photos that they took as well. And they sent me in, and he goes, oh, we're going to get you to do a 3D scan as well, which I'd done before the surgery. And he goes, we've actually got one in the office. It was before I had to go to like a radiologist or something, whatever they're called, and do it at their office. But he was like, we've got our own now. Like, he's stoked. He's like his own little toy. And he sends me into what previously would have been a broom closet. And there's this fucking $1 million head scanning device. But it's I don't know if it's a small one or what, but it's a head scanning device, and it's built for people to go up and down because people are different heights. Right, but it's not built for me. And I've done these before at other radiologists. I've done like three 3D scans so far with all the surgeries, and they normally get you to sit in a chair, or it goes high enough. This one, the woman was confident that it would go high enough for me, and then it didn't. And I was like, oh yeah, normally they just get me to sit, and she's like, oh yeah, we don't have a chair in here. We can't, because the room is so small. So she's like, I'll just get you to bend down. So I was like, all right. And then so she gets me to bend down, but the problem is, right, it's supposed to get a good scan. It's like, you can't be leaning forward, because that's not how your skull normally sits. You have to be like sitting as if you're standing, or standing. So that it gets like, how does your skull fit on top of your spine? Like, it needs to be nice, and it needs to be straight. Like, you put they have like a thing that you bite down on. So you go, and it holds your mouth open and still, and then it spins around your head really, really slowly. So I'm like bent over forwards. My ass is touching the wall because it's in like a fucking broom closet. And she's like, can you just stand straight? I'm like, I can't stand straight unless you get me to sit down. I'm on an angle. So I'm like leaning forward, but then trying to make it look like I'm standing up from the shoulders up. And then this machine like spins around me, but my back's like going outwards in the fucking trajectory of the scanning thing. So I'm thinking, oh man, I've seen this scene in Final Destination. I know what happens here. That's what I've been hearing all week, was just death calling my name. Louis, what? I'm getting my head scanned. But we get the scan, whatever. And And now it's really real. So in 2 or 3 weeks, looking at my calendar here, I go back in for the design appointment. Because this one was just like, get my head scanned, and he's like, these are the what's going to happen to you, basically. He made sure that I was healthy and ready for it. But in the final week of July, I go in for my head design appointment, and basically what he's going to do, he talked to me about the process. I was like, because I didn't really know what was going to, because the thing about this is a lot of people get this exact surgery as a cosmetic surgery. So for me, it's for health reasons, but it's also like while we're in there type of thing as well. Because basically especially a handsome man is just a healthy skull. Like a strong jawline means a clear airway, means strong teeth to eat tough food. And that's what straight teeth are as well. You can eat food well, and you have a nice strong head that can absorb an impact. And even like a strong brow, that's to protect your eyes from the sun. Like, it's literally just a handsome man is a healthy skull. So we're going in there and we're going to give me a healthy skull, which I do not have. And now we're up to, because this whole time I've been like, I just want to be healthy. I don't, that's all I care about is I feel so bad and I'm so sick that I just want to solve the issue. And that's all that part is now like sorted, and I don't have to think about it at all because he kind of knows what he's going to do. Now it's like, yeah, all right. Now, what would you like to look like, Lewis? And I have no fucking clue, because basically what he's going to do, he's like, do you have any preferences? And I was like, I want to be handsome. I was like, I would like to be like, I obviously want to be handsome. I don't want to be deformed. But I also still want to look like me. I was like, I want to look like a more handsome version of me. I like my face. When I look at my face, I never think, I wish I didn't have this feature, or I wish I had this feature that I do not have. The only time I ever looked at myself and I thought, I wish this could be better, is I wished that I had like straighter teeth. I was like, but it never made me feel like ugly or insecure. And now I have them. So now like I kind of would like that wish list is already, like, I've got beautiful, straight, nice teeth and a wide smile now. When the braces come off, they'll look awesome. But now it's like, it's going to change drastically. What do you want time? And I was like, look, if you have to trade off between handsome and health, I want to lean health. I was like, is that, he goes, yeah, that's like a trade-off that sometimes we do have to make, of like, this will make you much more handsome, but it won't get all of the result that we want health-wise. And I'm like, well, I want to lean health, okay? If I have to look like a fucking Giga Chad, all right, but I can't breathe properly, I don't want that. I was just like, look, whatever we do, I just want to make sure that we future-proof the problem. I don't want to just fix it today, like we just, got away from the symptoms, because with sleep apnea, it gets way worse as you age, and it happens to all of us. And most of the reason it happens is just like you lose elasticity in your skin and in your muscles in your neck, and then your airway closes. So I'm like, look, I just want it so that when I hit 60, 70 and it starts getting worse, it's not gonna. It'll get to like a normal amount of sleep apnea, not back to emergency levels, because obviously you would not get a surgery if you're 60 or 70. Beyond that, I would like to just be like a better looking version of me. I don't know. I was literally like, I don't know. What do you think? And he goes, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go away and I'm going to look at your scan. And it sounds like he actually does the surgery digitally in his program. Like he looks at the 3D model of my skull and he cuts it up and he moves things and he puts it back together. And he goes, I'm going to give you like 2, maybe 3 options that we can slightly refine from there. And I was like, okay, cool. That makes sense. And then I have a look on, like, there's a really good Reddit page, like, for jaw surgery. What makes me feel a lot better at it is if you look at this jaw surgery thing, bro, guys, girls, they're all fucking beautiful. Every single person on the other end of it is like gorgeous. Even the ones that start out fucking deformed. Like, I don't look like I'm deformed now. which I think actually gives me a better shot at better aesthetic results. But some of these people in this Reddit board, they look like fucking monsters that you would see in a comic book, and they come out going, dude, handsome. So that's given me a lot of faith. But all those people that are talking about the design process, I didn't realize that you were looking at just the skull. So it's not like The Sims or Skyrim where you have a slider and you see the face with skin change. He's going to show me 3 different skulls. Like, and then he's going to, and then I have to like imagine what I will actually look like with muscle and flesh and skin on top of those skulls. So what I'm saying is it's imagine going to a hairdresser, right? And they were like, what would you like to look like today? And they started playing with your hair, and they're like, I could do this or I could do that. And then you look in the mirror and you just see a skeleton and you're like, you don't know what the fuck you're going to look like at the end of it with skin and shit on top. So yeah, I'm just like, that's the only thing that's making me nervous. I'm not worried about recovery or will this fix the issue or how painful it will be. I'm just like, man, what the fuck am I going to look like? And me not having like a clear idea of what I want is making me a little bit nervous because I don't think I've ever walked into a hairdresser and been like, yeah, whatever you want, man. What do you think? Which is what I'm doing. I'm going, what would look good on me? What type of jaw would look good on me? Because I don't know what I want. But look, at the end of the day, I'm just going to be very healthy, and that's fucking awesome. And the process is it's August 24. So it's about 6 weeks away, which is really close. It's really, really, really close, which is awesome because I'm so fucking sick and ill, and I'm so over it. And it's August 24, which is amazing. And it's going to be, I get the surgery, and then it's going to be, they told me it's going to be 6 to 8 weeks of my jaw being held shut with elastic bands on both sides, which means like no chewing anything. It'll mean it's literally like someone was like, how are you going to, I was talking to Ruben about it. He goes, how the fuck are you going to eat? And I go, oh, well, you're going to, because before my mouth wasn't wired shut. It was just, it didn't need to be, but this one is because it's top and bottom that they move. So it needs to be like held shut so that it heals, so that when your jaw closes, it heals in the state that it needs to be in for you to chew and hold your mouth shut. Because if you didn't hold it shut, you would heal all fucked. Yeah. So you get a bottle because you can't suck. Everyone's like, oh, you better use a straw. You cannot suck. The pressure of that, it'll pull stitches and shit out of the roof of your mouth. So you can't suck, right? So that's gonna mean my income's gonna take a big hit for a while. But because what you do is you get like a bottle with a little nozzle in it, and you like stick the nozzle between the teeth and the squeeze, and then that's how you eat food for 6 weeks. So that'll be my life for six maybe 8 weeks after. But after that, man, I'm just I'm healthy. I'm good to go. I'm good. I think the swelling from this surgery, there's like the really bad swelling where you look like an ugly football. That goes away after a month. But then there's like just general swelling all around your mouth and jaw and chin that will kind of go down over a year. So what's funny about it is I'm not going to know what I actually look like for like a year after the surgery. My horrible bad injury swelling will go away, and I'll go, oh, so this is what I look like. And then that will change heaps over like a year. So, but it's really good. I'm excited for it to be over. I don't know what we're going to do with the podcast. I think with the surgery last time, we pre-recorded a bunch of episodes, but I was a lot more well and able to do that back then. I think I'm just going to disappear. I think that I really kind of messed up last surgery I pre-recorded a bunch of stuff because honestly, mainly because I didn't want to stop making money, and I didn't want to like not pay my people. That was really the main reason for it. It was like, oh, I kind of don't want to disappear, but it was mainly about I want to make sure that the people around me are making money. Sorry, Keelan. I don't want to do that this time. I think I'm going to disappear. And I think I just need to, I think what was bad about that was like, I was like, I'm just going to pretend that I'm not sick or recovering from like an intensive fucking surgery. And I'm going to still try and run a business off my head on pain medicine from my phone when I can't speak. That's insane. So this time, lesson learned, I think I'm just going to, make a video for the main channel going, hey, this is what's happening to me. If you want to follow the recovery journey, you can see it on Instagram. And then I'm just going to go away and post an update on Instagram, every couple days if I'm up to it. Because I think that's what my audience like needs. Like the people that listen to this, they know intimately what's going on, but like all the casual fans are like, I don't know, he just stopped uploading. What's going on? Is he sick? Is he not? What's happening? Because like all the casual fans are like, man, I thought you were feeling better. Didn't the first surgery work? And it's like, you like most people don't care enough at all to understand that it's like a 2-part process, which is fine. Banking and uploading and scheduling a bunch of stuff to come out while I'm recovering just kind of confuses and muddies the waters even further. Yeah. I just want to be like, hey, I'm really fucking sick and that's why I'm gone. I'm getting a surgery. I'll be back when I'm well, and then I'm not disappearing again, which I think is what I fucked up last time. But man, it's going to be over. I'm excited. I'm so over it. Because the medicine's a little bit weird. It started off really just exclusively good, but it's a little bit up and down. It's like a painkiller, There's only so long you can take morphine for your mangled leg before your body goes, hey, I think we should stop walking. It doesn't remove the illness. It masks the symptom of tired. So it's like I'm going forward because I don't feel tired, but my body's still like, well, hey man, maybe you should play Fallout for 8 hours.